How's everybody doing? It's Paul from Magpie 24/7 for the last time this season. Obviously, big plans going into next season. We'll discuss them later on, but it is a preview time part of the video ready for tomorrow's game. As I look at it, and as I record it, you'll obviously see this after the game. We go down to Brentford. By the time this comes out, the Newcastle United squad are probably halfway around the world to Australia, but as I record it, it's the day before and preview time, so it's going to be a difficult one. Obviously, it's a massive match for Newcastle United. A lot is expected of our lads. We have something to play for. They perhaps do not, apart from a little bit of personal pride, you know, going into the last game of the season, home game of the season for them in front of the own supporters. But as far as Newcastle United are concerned, we have to get the business done. You know, there's been too many times this season that we've fluffed our lines, too many times this season that we haven't produced the goods when the goods were needed. But there can be no excuses this time. You know, players complaining about journeys to Australia, that they're tired of this, that and the other. Well, we've got to make journeys to Australia and earn an extra few quid when the team is pretty much bottled it. You know, we have bottled it, we have wobbled, we haven't done enough, have we? This season to sort of hit the targets that maybe we should have been hitting. You're looking with envious eyes at the likes of Aston Villa, who haven't had a brilliant campaign. They haven't got a great team. You know, we've walloped them home and away, but yet they're finishing in the Champions League. And if it wasn't for results like, you know, your Lutons at home, your Evertons, games where we've just sort of fluffed our lines, then we certainly could have been up there and amongst it in the conversation. No doubt injuries and etc. they've all played the part this season, but what I don't want after the game is any excuses. I want the lads to have left it all on the pitch. I've really gone for it. Hopefully got the 3 points. I'm certainly predicting that will be the case, and that they're currently enjoying first class travel around the world on the back of getting 3 points, and hopefully some fixtures go for us. You never know if Chelsea slip up. We've got to be we've got to do our side of the equation so that if there is slip ups, we can take advantage. We can take any advantage of any slip ups that Chelsea have, and we need to finish ahead of Manchester United. That would be another well, it would be something, wouldn't it, this season? I am going to go for the fact that Newcastle United will get their heads on. We will get the result that we need. They will put everything into it, and repay the travelling hordes who have followed this team, myself included, for some games up and down. I mean, even a home game for me these days is 200 miles, so you know, and I've been to all of them, obviously, with the season ticket and stuff. So it's been a fantastic season. It's been a memorable season, and hopefully they will cap it off with a performance, with a victory. And I want to go 3-1 to repay the loyalty of the Toon Army, to repay the loyalty of everybody who's, you know, spent those hours and hours and hours hitting the motorway up and down the country all campaign. Fingers crossed, that's what we'll go with, 3-1. So now, hopefully, I've not got egg on my face when we come to do the second part of this video, which is after the game down at Brentford. Hopefully, everything has gone swimmingly well for Newcastle United. So, yeah, see how it goes. Well, I predicted goals. I predicted lots of them, and yeah, it didn't go exactly according to plan. However, an away victory predicted and an away victory served up by Newcastle United, who finished the season in 7th, which should be, let's face it, 99% certain, isn't it, that will be enough for European football, the Europa Conference League next season. And when you think about what West Ham have done in that competition recently, it is another major avenue open to sort of take this monkey off our back, to get some sort of trophy in the trophy cabinet. It would be nice, it would be good. And Newcastle United have got to be one of the favourites for that competition. So fingers crossed, looking forward to that. We'll all be obviously cheering Man City on next weekend in the FA Cup final. But fuck me, local derby, Man City, Man United, you'd got to think that, yeah, Manchester City will be all over that like a fly round shit. They will be up for that. They'll be all over it. And yeah, I mean, Man United, we finished above them. They're officially dog shit, aren't they? They're dog shit. We have had such a season with injuries. I know their manager likes to moan and whinge and bitch and complain on. Over 1,900 days missing for Newcastle United this season. You know, with players unavailable through injury. Add in the Tenali situation, of course. Not being able to kick a ball since fucking October. And it's an absolute and utter miracle that we have managed to somehow cling on to European, football. Unbelievable. It's also unbelievable today, I will say, that Brentford managed to keep all of their players on the pitch. What a bunch of dirty bastards. I didn't think they were like that, but yeah, they were trying every trick in the book, and it was great to see a little bit of shithousen returning in today's performance with Pope going down and, you know, milking it and stuff and giving it back to the fans when they were singing that he's England's fourth choice keeper, giving them a little bit, you know, what's the score back. At one point I was a little bit worried, just down to the fact that, look, the powers that be, they want Manchester United to be up there, and it was just seeming to me that they were trying every trick in the book to screw us over. Penalty kicks that should have been given, red cards, they should have had players sent off, and things just weren't going for us. But despite everything, against all the odds, Newcastle United prevailed. We prevailed, we stuck to it, and Eddie and the coaches and the players demand tremendous credit for being able to pull the rabbit out of the hat, which is basically what they've done despite the injury, unprecedented levels of players missing months and months and months, going into a season with only 2 strikers and everything. It's absolutely fucking just brilliant. It's great. I'm over the moon, absolutely buzzing. We were cruising at one point. It was far from a cruise. At the end of it, obviously, there was a river cruise, wasn't there, beforehand as well. Newcastle United fans, Geordie's taking over the Armada heading up the Thames. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, spectacular day. Great weather, of course, as well today all over the country. And now, of course, the lads jet off to go and play in Australia. These 2 friendly games, and there's lots of people shouting out the pros and the cons and stuff. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, the club need the money, the club need to generate the revenue. So it's one of them things. It's not the first time. You know, I can remember back with Bobby going, and I think it was something like the West Indies or something like that. It was, you know, we have done this sort of thing before, so it's not something new. But you know, when you're talking about the money that's involved, you can perhaps understand it. But back to today, I thought there were some sterling performances. I was pleased that Pope was back in, over the moon that Joe Linton was in, and if these players had been fit during the season, you know, the only thing is, what was it, 8 points behind Villa in 4th. It's a case of what could have been, or so close. These are major players who we haven't got the likes of in the squad to be able to replace, you know, easily. So it was great to see Joe Linton back today, bossing the midfield, putting in a great performance. But he wasn't the only one today. Bruno was brilliant. Isaac, absolutely fantastic. He'd got over his little issue, I think, with illness and stuff like that. Lewis Hall again, what a signing. I think a lot of us a couple of months back were maybe thinking 20 odd million quid, it's a lot for a reserve full back, but he's really, you know, he's taken the opportunity, he's taken the chance. He's been absolutely fantastic, and who are we to argue against Eddie taking his time with this lad? Because the result is that, you know, towards the end of the season, absolutely utterly fantastic, great performance after great performance, and he followed up a great game against Man U and a great goal with another fantastic performance today. Again, you can make arguments for all these players to be man of the match. Again, Pope coming in and having that presence, having that, just like I say, it just comes down to presence and the reflexes and everything else, because there was a point in the game when they pulled a couple of goals back, and he's making world-class saves to keep us in it, and he's sitting there thinking, fuck me, if this was Dubravka in goal, it could have been a different situation, a different story. They could have pulled it back, to freeze a piece, and it could have been a different game at that point. But it just goes to show you the fine margins when it comes to Premier League football, and hopefully the club has learned its lessons. This time last season, did they prepare? Did they pad out the squad enough to be able to tackle European competition? Apologies about the sun. Did they do enough? They weren't to know about the Tonali situation and stuff, obviously, but did they do enough to pad out the squad so that we were equipped to go into a season which we knew would have its challenges logistically and with regards to players and availability and stuff like that? Perhaps not. This season we have to learn our lessons. We have to make some tough calls. There's players today who came on, who were involved, the likes of Dubravka on the bench, the likes of Paul Dummett who came on towards the end, who will have played their last games for Newcastle United, and some tough calls have to be made, because no doubt about it, great professionals, they've been great players for Newcastle United over the years, over the campaigns and stuff, but in order to progress, in order to push the club on, in order to equip Eddie Howe with what he needs to be able to make us into winners, into contenders, into regular European qualifiers, then tough decisions are going to have to be made, there's no doubt about it. But for now, that's a thought for the next week or two. No doubt the retain list will come out, and then speculation or mania will start, of course. But for now, we just literally just drink in and take in a fantastic game of football, a great attitude, some great goals. We've never scored as many goals this season as what we have in previous campaigns, and that's the thing. If we can get the defence, if we can get the squad situation sewn up, so we've got that extra flexibility, and we've go back to basics with regards to do defending and shithousing and all that, we can have a very, very good, exciting season next season, and hopefully that will be the season when we break this long, barren run without a trophy. And you just don't know. It could be Europa Conference League, it could be one of the domestic cups. It's probably a stretch too far for anything else, but yeah. I mean, you've only got to ask Arteta, haven't you? It's not an easy thing. Talk about one of them days today. Arteta, obviously. Just missing out on the Premier League. Probably looks back to that game at St James's Park. It's funny as fuck. Not only have we witnessed Arsenal blow it, it's disgusting, isn't it? It's just no, I'm not going to go down that one. But not only have we seen Arsenal blow it, but we've also seen Manchester United finish below Newcastle United, and they've got another season of Ten Hag and his great brand of football to be able to look forward to. It's happy days if you are a Newcastle United supporter, no doubt about it whatsoever. So I'm going to leave it there. So quite happy with my prediction. Yeah, goals, a Newcastle United victory. That's not bad, is it? With Magpie 24/7, just want to say a massive thanks to everybody who supported us over the season. Close to 150,000 people following the page across all the pages and stuff. All the social media accounts and everything. So that's absolutely and utterly fantastic. There'll be more content coming throughout the summer. We've got new intros, new things to be able to bring in to play ready for next season as well. So it's got some exciting plans in the pipe work. We'll obviously let you know them over the summer as we go on. But for now, it's just enjoying 3 points, being able to watch match of the day tonight. But yeah, what a season. It just sums up the roller coaster nature of this campaign for Newcastle United. Never do it the easy way. We never have done. We never probably will do. It's the Newcastle United way. If there's a difficult way to find something, then we will find that way. If there's a difficult way to do something, you sure bet we're going to do it that way. But hopefully it's a summer that way we can keep Isak, keep Bruno, bring some more players in, pad out the squad, send some other players on the way, and look forward to a very good next season as well. But yes, that wraps that up in terms of the Premier League. Now just a little matter of the players travelling halfway around the globe to play in 2 friendly games in Australia. Yeah, it rumbles on. Right, I want to leave it there. Take care, keep it tuned, subscribe to Magpie 24/7, and I'll speak to you later.